Hey guys, today we're going to look at how can we determine a missing length within similar triangles using the side splitter theorem. So, our first part for part 1 is what type of angles are 1 and B? So our green angles 1 and B that are marked off congruent, does anybody remember the name of those? Good, you should have said corresponding. Now let's look at the part 2. What type of angles are angle 2 and angle A? Again, they're corresponding. And then for the last part, it says what is the relationship between line segment DE and AB? So if our two angles are corresponding and congruent, you guys should remember that DE is going to be parallel to AB because of the fact that corresponding angles exist with parallel lines. So what does that mean for the side splitter theorem? So let's look at the next slide. The side splitter theorem states a line segment splits two sides of a triangle proportionally if and only if it's parallel to the third side. So let's look at our figure. So because this side is parallel to the third side, these two sides of your triangle here and here are going to be split up. So you could say 2 over 4. So the top of the left over the bottom of the left is equal to the top of the right over the bottom of the right. So again, we have the two sides being split up proportionally. Therefore, we're setting up our proportion in order to solve for x. So 2 times 7 is 14, and that's equal to 4x. And in order to isolate our variable, we have to divide by 4 on both sides, and x is equal to 3.5. Okay, so let's look at another problem together. So these little arrows right here mean that our triangle is similar. Therefore, we could split them up. So top left and the bottom left is equal to top right over the bottom right. So again, we're going to cross multiply. 5x is equal to 5 times 7, which is 35. To isolate, we're going to divide by 5. And x is equal to 7. So I want you to look at exercise 2. Given that DE is parallel to AC, we want to find x. So again, top left over your bottom right is equal to top right over the bottom right. So from here, I want you to cross multiply and tell me what the value of x is. Good, you guys should have gotten 3. So let's look at another example. And the next two are going to be a U-try. So for here, we have 1. D is a point on AC and E is a point on BC of triangle ABC such that DE is parallel to AB. If CD is equal to 25, DA is equal to 10, and CE is equal to 15, I want you to find EB. So just a little hint, please fill in the corresponding segments and their values. Then set up your proportion and find EB. And then for the next one, this challenge problem, I just want you to answer, why doesn't the side splitter theorem proportion apply to the problem below? Given the fact that D is a point on AC and E is a point on BC of triangle ABC such that DE is parallel to AB. If CA equals 8, AB equals 10, and CD equals 4, find DE. Again, for here, you could just write a written explanation rather than solve the problem, but feel free to solve it as well. Okay, see you tomorrow.